This example saying that find the solution of this differential equation. Okay. It is a non-homogeneous differential equation, so the solution is supposed to be the summation of yc and yp. We find yc by writing the characteristic equation. Our characteristic equation is m squared plus 9 equal to 0. So our m is, so our yc is okay. So if we are using the method of what is the first method that we learned? The undefined or undetermined coefficient. It's going to be hard, right? Because if you take a look at your fx and the function in your yc, it's pretty much the same, right? So you get to do times the x and then do differential. It's quite complicated. I mean, it's a long way to go. But if you pick up the shortcut method, it's simple. Okay? So to find yp, you've got to write y in terms of 1 over pd fc, oh, not fc, fx, which is equal to 1 over d squared plus 9 times our fx, which is 2 sine 3x plus 5 cos 2x. Like I said, our operating sign has the distribution property. So we just distribute our operating sign into each term, and the constant can be taken out from the operating sign. So we would get 2 times 1 over d squared plus 9 times sine 3x plus 5 times 1 over d squared plus 9 times cos 2x. Now, a is equal to, our first term, a is equal to 3. Now you've got to replace b squared with minus a squared, so you would get what? 3 squared equal to 9, 9 times minus 1 equal to minus 9, minus 9 plus 9 equal to 0. So you cannot use this one, you've got to use this one. So if you use this one, what you get? Now, our a is equal to, you got to know only a, right? You know x. A is equal to 3. So you would get minus 2x divided by 2 times 3 times 3x. Our second term, a is equal to 2. You replace d squared with minus a squared. Your a is equal to 2. 2 to the power 2 is 4. 4 times minus 1 is minus 4. Minus 4 plus 9 is 5. 5 divided by 5 equal to 1. So this one is equal to cos 2x. That's it, our yp. So the final solution is y is equal to yc plus yp, which is equal to c1 cos 3x plus c2 times 3x minus x over 3 times 3x plus cos 2x. take a look at another example. Now this one is our fx is a combination of sine and exponential, which is the case 2 and case 3. Okay. Like I said, your fx function or ft function, which is on the right hand side of your differential equation, it could be any function. Okay. But if you want to use the shorthand method, it's going to be the uc function. Undetermined coefficient function, which is exponential power sine cos, or the multiply or the product of the term, the function that I just mentioned. And it could be in the term of the summation of this term. So if you see something like this, the thing that you got to do when you find yc is that write your differential equation in terms of PD. And then you can distribute using the distribution property. And then take a look at each term and then use each formula which is using with that function to solve for the answer. Okay. Now, but this one they're just asking you to find a solution. Then you got to find yc and yt. Okay. To find yc, you got to write down the characteristic equation, which is m to the power 3 plus m squared minus 5m plus t3 equal to 0. So one root is just m minus 1, right? And then when you do the dividing, you would get m squared plus 2m minus 3. And then this one you can write in another term, which is m minus 1m plus 3. So we have m is equal to 1, 1, and minus 3. The 3 roots, right? yc is equal to c1 plus c2 at, t times exponential of 3 plus c3 times exponential of minus 3t. Now we find yp. Yp is just equal to 1 over d to the power 3 plus d to the power 2 minus 5d plus 3. Okay, times exponential of minus t plus sine t. This one is case 2 and this one is case 3. Now, using the distribution property, now the first term a is equal to minus 1. You put minus 1 into here, what you get? Every term that you have d, you put minus 1 in there. This term you get minus 1. This one you get plus 1. So these two cancel out. This one you got plus 5 and plus 3. Plus 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. So the first term, done. Now the second term is that any term which has b squared, you replace it with minus a squared. Now our a is equal to 1. Okay. So 1 squared equal to 1. 1 times minus 1 equal to minus 1. So the first term you got minus d, right? Because d times d squared. D squared now was replaced by minus a squared, which is equal to minus 1. Minus 1 times d is minus d. This term, you put it with minus a squared, which is equal to minus 1. This one you just can't do anything because you have only d, not d squared. You just put it as minus 5d plus 3. You have minus d and minus 5d is equal to minus 6d. Minus 1 plus 3 plus 2. But we know that in order to solve this term, we have to have d squared. How do we make this one to be d squared? We know that right? We know this. If we have x squared minus y squared, actually come from x minus y times x plus y. In this case, we wouldn't have x. Okay, let me put it this way. If a is a number, any number is a constant. This is the way that you can make it to get the x squared term without x. Now, how do we make this term to be d squared? We got to time it with minus 6d minus 2. And then you just cannot time this down here. You got to put it up there too. Right? After you doing this, the term which is denominator, our denominator is become 36d squared minus 4. Right? You can do time this term together, you would end up with this. How can I know? Because this. Before we go further, you got to make the denominator term good first. So you just distribute this term into our equation. d sine t is mean derivative, the first derivative of sine t. Derivative of sine t is equal to cos t. So the first term just becomes 2 minus 6 cos t. Again, you do the distribution again. We take minus 6 out. Now, we have only d squared as our denominator. So, it's time for us to plug a into d squared. Now our a is equal to 1. Right? We are going to replace d squared with minus a squared. Our a is equal to 1. A squared is equal to 1. 1 times minus 1 is equal to minus 1. Minus 1 times 36 is equal to minus 36. Minus 36 minus 4 is equal to minus 40. You have minus 6 over minus 40. So this one is turning to be the plus, right? It's just the same because A is equal to 1. So down here we got minus 40. Minus minus becomes plus. And that's it. So at the end we got y0, yz plus 1p, which is equal to c1 plus c2t exponential of t plus c3 exponential of minus 3t plus 1 over 8 exponential of minus t plus 3 over 20 cos t and 1 plus 1 over 20 sin t. That's it.